Ah, feels good to be back. Anyways, enough about that. Let's just jump back in. My memory of what's happened so far is still kind of fresh. We discovered a body. The body turns out to be someone we met who was like acting weird. And then we find out that this guy here is probably half mermaid somehow because of his mom. Yes, a lot of weird things happening in this little village. Ooh, very spicy. One moment. Let's just get this out of the way here. Okay. Let's do this. Let's dive right in. Pun intended. Okay, I guess we go here. Honestly, this is more interesting than whatever little high school plot they got going on right now. Mr. Yamashina, thank you for agreeing to meet with us on such short notice. Oh wait, one moment, sorry. Shibai. Okay. I understand you're a busy man. Not like I have much choice when it's some bigwig from the prefectural police badgering me to do so. Awfully grumpy, aren't we? He looks very familiar. So you're Shiki from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. Security Division, was it? And here I thought you were just some housemaid. You sure you're from the police in that getup? Oh, wow, misogynist. Big surprise. Well, I am primarily a housewife by trade. Well, then again, she is dressed like a housewife, so not really misogynist. Just calling it as he sees it. In this case. Who knows, maybe he is misogynist. But that's hardly important right now. Aishibail. One moment, sorry. Stupid phone. Sometimes it doesn't work. I'm exaggerating. The phone itself is not bad. It's just that, you know, sometimes technology don't work the way you want it to. Give me a moment. I'll use the phone to read chat because I'm broke as fuck. One day I'll get 2 monitors. You're also known as Unkakudono, I believe. After hearing so many rumors, it's an honor to make your acquaintance. Rumors, eh? Yoshiatsu Yamashima, Unakudono, whatever that means. Ah, he's a rich dude, okay. Explains his getup. Explains how he carries himself. Unmarried? Oh, that also explains. Wow, illegal donations, tax evasion, insider media control? Oh, what? Is he in the files? Huh? Even as a lifelong bachelor. Yeah, gee, I wonder why. Considering how he treats women. Yes. I hear you've been doing some, under-the-table research into immortality. And? So what if I am? Well now, I wouldn't have expected you to be such a dreamer, but it does make you just a bit more relatable. Huh. You can laugh all you want. What's it got to do with the police anyway? What's up, Fiora Lee? I'm doing just fine. Hope you are too. It seems on this particular occasion it has quite a bit to do with the police, unfortunately. You don't say. I'll get straight to the point. I believe you took a mermaid corpse into your possession this morning. What? That corpse is linked to an ongoing case. We came here to ask you to release it into police custody. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, just chilling here too.
No idea what you're on about.
Of course, you will get something in return. We have some information I'm sure you'll find quite profitable in exchange.
Like I said, no idea what you're on about. If that's all you came here for, then scram.
It's going alright. It's just going alright. Oh, pity. I really thought you'd be interested in what we had to share. Assuming you really are interested in immortality.
Hmm?
Well, I suppose we barely know each other. It's only natural that you'd be wary of our intentions. What do you say to a little chat to get to know each other better, Mr. Unkakdono? So what other game do you play? On this channel so far? Deadlock and TF2. But right now we're streaming this because I'm very interested and invested in this story. By the way, no spoilers, and make sure to read the description, you know, in case you were to violate one of the rules. Yeah. But feel free to tag along for the ride. I hear you've been putting quite a bit of effort into training up the younger generation recently. What's your take on today's youth?
Useless, the lot of them. Bunch of pushovers that have let all this new generation tribe go to their heads. We're the ones who built this country back up after the war. But they're out there strutting around like they own the place. Far too big for their britches.
Typical old man yells at cloud energy right here. My, what a scathing review! Would a resident member of the new generation like to comment at all?
Please don't call me that.
I hear you've been searching for a successor, though. Given your strong opinions on the matter, I take it that you're struggling. Though I can see why that would lead to a desire for immortality. After all, there's no need to cede your legacy to someone else if you can remain at the reins yourself, hmm? Thank you, Fiorli, but that means a lot. Very flattered. Have you ever played Paranormasight, Fiora? The first one? I don't know if there's many spoilers for the first one in this game, but I'm asking just in case, because the first one's really good as well. I'm playing the second one right now.
That might have been true when I started my research.
Oh? I take it that isn't the case now.
I'm no spring chicken. The thought of living for hundreds of years like this ain't exactly appealing anymore. Don't see much point in immortality if I'm already long past my prime.
Yeah, what's your suggestion? Well, that certainly is different from the rumors. My apologies for jumping to conclusions. You have my wholehearted agreement that immortality doesn't necessarily bring happiness, though.
Let me clear up one more thing while we're at it. I've already decided on my successor.
Oh?
Turns out the perfect candidate was right under my nose the entire time. I haven't told them yet, but they're a sharp one. Will do a fine job.
Is that so? I'm glad to hear it. I suppose that would mean that you no longer have any need for immortality then.
Who said I wasn't still interested? It simply has nothing to do with my successor. I still intend on continuing my research. For medical advancement, you understand? Think of it as doing my bit for society. All those years of tax evasion. You lot are always quick to assume the worst of whatever I do. How about you mind your own business for a change? You young whippersnappers.
I knew you were going to do this. Look, Read the fucking description, you illiterate fuck. I'm not interested in buying your bullshit. So fuck off. Get that ass banned, loser. Get a real job. Okay, there we go. Anyways, I knew this was gonna happen. I saw it coming from a mile away. Some people are so stupid. Well, there's not much we can say to that. We'll try to be more discerning from now on.
I've already chosen my successor. No need to harp on about it anymore. Already written up my will and passed it off to my lawyer. You be sure to let your friends at the police know too. By the way, you're obviously not just some run-of-the-mill cop. Who are you?
Why, I believe I mentioned it when I introduced myself. I'm just a simple housewife.
A likely tale. Plus, that fellow next to you's also got a strange air about him. He's no ordinary person, is he?
My, how observant of you. I suppose you could say that, yes.
Doesn't take a genius to see it. One of them phony psychic types, are you?
Phony!
Hit a nerve, did I? There are far too many of your kind around lately. Cozying up to those in power by feeding them a bunch of nonsense. Liars and cheaters, all of you.
You seem to have quite the chip on your shoulder about this, Mr. Yamashima.
Don't know if it's because of this occult craze going around, but I've seen far too many folks get taken in by that tripe.
Cryptids. But guys, aliens are real though. Oh, I was about to sneeze there. Ah, I hate that feeling when you're about to sneeze and it just doesn't come out. Anyways.
That Wakamura over on Kamishima is one of them. Talk about a waste of potential.
Wakamura? Who might this Wakamura be?
What's up, Riddler? Wakamura, he's one of my proteges. He's the one currently in charge over on Kamishima. Used to have high hopes for that one. That changed when he came under the thrall of some phony sorcerer in Tokyo.
A phony sorcerer in Tokyo?
You heard it right. Since then, there's been no end to his nonsense. Buying properties out in the mountains, changing company names, all because of something this sorcerer whispered in his ear. He even told me the layout of my house was unlucky, and tried to get me to renovate the place. Believed in, what's it called, Kung Fu, Feng Shui, whatever, Tai Chi, it doesn't matter. Just recently he was going on about some curse causing a big storm, that sort of rubbish. Watched too many Makoto Shinkai movies. Probably thinks his granddaughter's a rain girl.
A storm caused by a curse, you say?
Phew. He even said the storm 5 years ago was caused by the same curse. He's been trying to wheedle me into helping him find some way to stop it. But I'm done with him and his ramblings. Man's clearly a lost cause. He'll be coming over here tomorrow morning. But I'm thinking it's time to have someone else take the reins over on Kamishima.
I see. So even though you believe in immortality, you refuse to associate with anything to do with the occult.
And you do? figured someone claiming to be a cop would have more sense than that. How are you meant to solve crimes if criminals can just pull out curses left and right?
You won't find me disagreeing there. So, what exactly has this Wakamura been saying about this curse?
Hell if I remember. Why don't you go to Kamishima and ask the man yourself?
Maybe we will. Thank you for the information.
One moment. Uno momento, por favor. Por favor, sorry. Let me just check something real quick here.
Bing, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow. Okay, done. Let's go back to business here.
Can't say I care much about who you are anymore. You going around with some phony psychic tells me all I need to know. Ha 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 ha!
How dare you? Soto, calm down. He can think what he wants. There is one thing I should warn you about. Eating the flesh of that mermaid you found won't grant you immortality.
And what would you know about that?
Well, you know, one hears all sorts of things in this day and age. I don't know where it came from, but there seems to be a legend that eating mermaid flesh will grant one immortality. All I wanted to say was that it's just that, a legend. It has no basis in reality at all.
How can you be so sure?
Just think about it. If that legend were true, wouldn't it be strange that no confirmed immortals have ever been found?
Yeah, who's to say they aren't just living and hiding?
The legend of Yalbikni is passed down in over 100 places across Japan, yet not a single verifiable immortal has ever been found to show for it.
So you mean to say all those legends were fake? Please. If even just one of those tales is true, there's always the chance there's an immortal hiding away somewhere.
I see. You really are quite the dreamer, aren't you?
I figured you were trying to bluff me out of that mermaid corpse for some reason or other. But now I'm sure of it. That thing's hiding some sort of secret, isn't it? Something you don't want me to find out.
Oh, sharp old man, aren't we? Someone's taking their vitamins. So you admit you have the mermaid corpse, then? Oh, don't worry. We assumed as much from the start. If I'm not mistaken, that mermaid was in a sort of mummified state, no? I doubt you'd be eating it as it is. Surely there's no harm in handing it over?
So you can hog it for yourself? You won't fool me that easily.
You don't think that a rare specimen like that ought to be placed in the care of a proper research institute?
I'm saying I'll get a specialist research institute to study it. Problem solved.
I suppose so.
I'm not a big fan of the government.
30 on 30.
I'll make sure that mermaid gets studied properly. Don't you worry about that.
Fucking rich people. Just another rich bastard. By the way, you're quite well connected around these parts, if I'm not mistaken. This doesn't have anything to do with what we came here to talk about. But I was wondering if you happened to recognize the person in the sketch. It seems he lived in the Isashima area around 6 years ago.
Nope, never seen him.
I assume you've heard the news about the old human bones found on the seabed. This is a sketch of one of the victims from that case. You sure you have no idea who it could be?
First I've heard of it, actually. Got no interest in things that have nothing to do with me. Can't you tell? I'm a rich old man.
Is there anything you can tell us about the phony sorcerer this Wakamura is so devoted to?
Wakamura went on about how there's some big shot who appeared on television. I never heard of him. As I said, just ask him yourself.
Of course. We'll be sure to do so. These splendid gardens all fall within the grounds of Mr. Yamashina's Issa City estate. Part of me wonders why he needs so much space when he doesn't have a family. Every Hollywood celebrity in a nutshell. But I suppose he has an image to maintain.
And what a waste of land, what a jerk.
Anyways. So, Soto, what do you think? You seem to be a big fan of the guy. I'm amazed we were able to get an appointment with him this quickly. Yes, and all thanks to Detective Ide. It would seem he's quite the capable fellow.
Is that it?
What does this mean, vision ability on? Oh, what? It's like a toggle thing, okay. Oh, what's that? What do we have here? Oh, it's just that. Oh, that's kind of cute. It's a sticker, little Easter egg, harmless. Pretty much harmless. Where's the part where he like secretly kills us and we have to figure out what he did? And we gotta solve the mystery. Huh? We're gonna get that? Is that gonna happen? Anything out of the ordinary that we can gather from him? Maybe he's hiding it in the water. Oh. Nah, nothing weird. It's just... I guess this is the part where we make the jump to another part of the story. Oh no, there's still something we can do here. But what? I wonder. Oh, okay. Hey, Ahmad. Had Indomie the other day. It's pretty good. I love Indomie. How about this then? If you agree to give up the mermaid, we'll tell you what we know in return. For someone who doesn't seem to believe in the occult, you seem awfully fixated on this mermaid and immortality. Which suggests to me you found something you consider quite conclusive.
Bah, what are you on about now?
Well, I happen to know a bit more about mermaids than most people. Ma'am, are you sure? It's fine. I had the opportunity to do some research into them a while back, you see.
You don't say. And?
Well, mermaids do indeed have the ability to grant a human immortality.
Ha! I knew it.
More precisely, Individuals granted immortality in this way are known as the 800-year immortals.
So they have a lifespan of 800 years.
That's right. As the name suggests, they gain 800 years of remaining life. During this time, they won't age a day, and even if they die, they'll resurrect immediately.
Sounds like a real blessing. What if that's what the guy's mom has?
No, I'm afraid it's anything but. One who defies the very laws of nature like that is no longer human. They're an anomalous being that should not be allowed to exist. As such, our position requires that any such individuals we find are dealt with as swiftly as possible.
Oh.
Indeed, this immortality was originally a curse mermaids placed upon humans.
A curse?
Immortality is neither a blessing nor salvation for the living. It's a curse that robs them of the ability to die. None of those who have become 800-year immortals have found happiness. Not one. It renders living among other humans impossible and makes them an outcast from society. Of course, there are a few years at first when life will be tolerable. But after that, every meeting ends in parting. You outlive whomever you love or are loved by. Even if you find acceptance, it will only be for a time. You will always be shunned eventually. You'll experience this over and over for 800 years. 800 years unable to die, with loneliness as your constant companion. This is why many see no other recourse than a life of monastic seclusion, just as Yalbikni did.
Damn, that got really deep. I suppose that makes sense. Still, there will always be those who seek immortality. Always have, always will be.
You think so? I, for one, struggle to see the appeal. In any case, there are also certain conditions that must be met for this curse of immortality to be effective. Eating mermaid's flesh alone isn't enough to make you an 800-year immortal.
Oh? And what exactly are all these conditions?
Sorry to disappoint, but I'm not aware of the specifics there myself. But I can say this much at least. The mummy you have in your possession is no mermaid.
Huh? Bullshit! Ain't no way that's anything other than a mermaid!
What I mean to say is that mummy is a different being from the mermaids who wield this curse. Not all half-fish, half-human beings are mermaids, you see. In fact, calling them all by the same name is what leads to mishaps like this one.
Say what? You mean to tell me that's not a mermaid? That real mermaids are a completely separate thing?
That's right. Which is why I can say with confidence that eating its flesh won't make you immortal.
Seems like you weren't bluffing after all. So what is that thing then? There's gotta be some reason you're after it.
I imagine that even if you had it dissected and examined, all results would point to it being just a mass of fibers. In other words, nothing more than a man-made fake. There's very good reason for that. You see, that mummy is merely the corpse of an average human, twisted beyond recognition by the curse of the forsaken fish. In other words, you're a cannibal, and we can arrest you for that.
Oh, I'm a cannibal? Who cares? Rich people get away with cannibalism all the time. Wait, I mean, what? Another curse?
Another curse wielded by mermaids, as it happens. That will be the remains of someone who died under it. It also happens to be the same curse responsible for the mermaids found every few hundred years or so across the country. You see now why we'd rather you handed the mermaid over to us. The poor soul deserves a proper burial, same as anyone else. Surely even you're not so hard-hearted as to deny them that.
Curses this, curses that. It's all a bunch of hokum if you ask me. That said, the report I got from the Research Institute earlier said exactly the same thing.
Oh my! I take it you already have the mermaid dissected then.
They said it was likely a fake, but asked if I wanted them to keep going anyway. I told them to keep at it, but...
It should be clear now that you have nothing to gain from researching that corpse, least of all information on immortality. Won't you consider handing it over? Of course, we could always take you in on charges of abandonment and desecration of a corpse.
All right, all right. Have it your way.
I'm so glad you've come around. Thank you for your cooperation.
I'll give you the damn mermaid. But in exchange, I want you to tell me one thing.
What is it?
You say there are real mermaids out there. Where are these real mermaids hiding then?
I suppose you could call it the eternal world.
The eternal world.
Yes, mermaids are not creatures of this world, you see. Their original home is Ryugu, the domain of the sea god.
Ryugu. And how do you get there?
Damn, this music. I'm sorry to say that Ryugu's doors are only open to the dead. Going there is impossible for a living human.
You could claim anything with a fairy tale like that. It all sounds like hokum.
That said, the entrance to Ryugu is said to lie somewhere in the Ise Sea. There have been numerous sightings of mermaids crossing over to this world in the area's long history. Which is why Ise Bay has its share of mermaid legends too.
Now that you mention it, I have heard one of those stories too. Some old tale about mermaids being found on some long-lost island called Taishima or the like.
What? Wait a moment. Where did you hear that story?
Caught your interest, have I? Looks like the story has some merit to it after all.
I was simply surprised, that's all. It's not a name I've come across in any historical records.
Oh, mysterious island. Oh, spooky. It's just something I heard from one of the young'uns I have out there looking for mermaids. Wait a minute.
Never mind. I thought it was... Yeah, it couldn't be. Yeah, no, it couldn't be. No way. I see. Sounds like you've got a capable young hand. I don't suppose it would be possible to meet with this individual.
Nope, not happening. Unless you're willing to spill the beans on everything you know about mermaids. Every last bit of info. Maybe, just maybe, I'd consider it then. It's clear you're no ordinary housewife after all. Not interested? Then this meeting is over. I'll hand the corpse over to the police as promised. But don't think I've given up on mermaids or immortality. If they really exist, I'll find them and make them mine.
Yep, totally not an evil old man that's gonna be a pain in the ass later on in the story. No, not at all. Totally not.
Hey there, you two. Sorry for calling you out here when you're so busy. I figured it'd be best to give you the rundown on our findings as soon as possible.
It's no problem. Go ahead.
So, did you manage to meet up with Mr. Yamashina?
Yes. Thank you again for your help there. It seems he's willing to hand the body over without any fuss.
Really? That's great. Still, why would some big shot tycoon go to all that trouble to withhold a body? If everything I've heard is true, you could probably take him on charges of desecrating a corpse, you know. Or was there something special about that corpse?
How observant of you, Detective. I can, of course, explain if you'd like to know more.
Wait a second. Is it related to that secret department of yours? I think I'm better off not knowing if so.
Oh, really? I don't mind bringing you into the fold.
Ma'am, please stop trying to rope him into helping us. I've never met the guy, but I hear he's quite the cranky old geezer. How'd your meeting go?
I'll bet he was pretty wary of you being with the police.
But he didn't try to pick a fight or anything, did he?
Oh, well, I'm not sure you could say it went smoothly, but I don't think we've upset him, at least. Probably.
You, don't sound very sure about that.
Oh, right. That's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about. So we got all hands on deck to go around asking about that sketch you gave me. And we finally found someone who recognized the victim. Oh, that's great news.
The person who recognized him was a housewife in her 20s who lived in Kumano 7 years ago.
Apparently, the sketch looks like a 19-year-old she knew who left the village to go to the city. So 7 years ago, he was 19, eh?
From the sounds of it, the guy had no relatives to speak of. Left the village with nothing but the clothes on his back. She doesn't know what happened to him after that.
I see. That would make him a young man with no relatives who left his hometown behind 7 years ago. Did we get a name of our mystery man?
Sure did. His name was Kibe Ikoma.
Kibe Ikoma.
I looked him up in the residence registry, and it does look like he moved from Kumano to Ise City 7 years ago. But it seems he doesn't live at the place he put as his address anymore.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I checked in with the apartment's landlord, and it would seem that about 6 years ago, the landlord had his contract terminated after he failed to both pay his rent and return to his apartment for several months straight. The landlord didn't put out a search request or anything, so that's where the trail ends, I'm afraid.
If he went missing 6 years ago, I suppose it wouldn't surprise me if those were his remains.
We'll keep looking into Ikoma to see if he was involved in anything that might have led to his murder. Of course, there's always the possibility we've got the wrong guy, so we'll keep asking around just in case.
Please do.
What a reliable guy. The woman we spoke to said that sketch was really accurate. No doubt in her mind it was Ikoma.
Well, that accurate. Then I'm sure we've got the right person.
Still, how did you even make that sketch? There was nothing left of the victim with bones.
Well, let's just say it's classified for now.
Right. Guess that means I shouldn't pry any further. Oh yeah, I also looked into that lady you were asking about, Somikawa.
Oh yes, did you find anything?
Well, it seems she hasn't registered as a resident even though she moved here 5 years ago. Nothing came up for Somikawa in the civil registry either. So I'm afraid I don't have anything on who she is or where she came from. Sorry to disappoint.
I see. Is that quite common?
Happens. It's not unheard of for folks from the countryside to come here for work and just drift on, with no one really knowing who they are. Apparently, it was really common during the post-war growth period.
It seems we have quite the mystery woman on our hands.
Yep, but there is something I've been wondering about.
Oh, let's hear it. Just out of curiosity. Actually, yeah, we should do this. We should just keep looking around, turning it on, just in case. You never know.
You have some idea who she might be? Well, have you heard of the Kamishima Southern Sea disaster? It was a big maritime disaster that struck 5 years back.
I have, yes.
One of the victims of that disaster was an ama diver and housewife from Kamishima by the name of Mari Minakichi. But it seems her maiden name was Somikawa.
The trail leads somewhere. See, I had a feeling. They made it so obvious. I knew this.
The plot thickens further.
So our mystery woman shares a surname with a maritime disaster victim. I'm impressed you managed to dig that up.
I was already looking into the Kamishima disaster because of the skeletal remains. So it was a happy coincidence, if anything.
Oh, so you thought they might be related too. I'm glad it wasn't just me.
Anyway, it seems like the bodies of those disaster victims were never found in the end. Which got me thinking.
Wait, are you saying?
Yep. I was thinking Mari Minakichi could have survived the disaster 5 years ago.
And you think she then moved to Ichika and started going by her old name of Somikawa again?
That's right. What do you think?
It seems like a long shot, but maybe. But if that's the case, why would she have stayed in Ichika for 5 whole years without thinking to contact her family?
Because she's a deadbeat mom. I don't know. Maybe she lost her memories in the disaster? Okay, that's also likely.
Right. If she only had her old memories to rely on, it wouldn't be that odd if she went back to using her old name. Surely her appearance would still be the same, though. It is difficult to imagine no one recognizing her for 5 whole years.
It's possible she just never ran into anyone she knew. That kind of thing's more likely than you'd think. Oh, speaking of appearances, I found a picture of Mari Minakichi from a report on the disaster. I haven't met this Somikawa myself, so could you take a look for me and let me know what you think?
Let's see.
Oh yeah, that's totally her.
Oh, this is interesting. What do you think, Soto? If she'd aged 5 years and grown badly gaunt, I can certainly see how this woman might come to resemble Miss Somikawa. My thoughts exactly.
So you agree it's a pretty solid theory?
It's certainly worth looking into, yes.
But if she really is Mari Minakichi, there's something else that concerns me.
Something else?
This is just what I've heard. But it seems like the islanders over in Kamishima think that Mari Minakichi was the cause of the disaster 5 years ago.
What? Why would they think that?
No idea. But it seems like it's pretty much taken for granted by most of the folks over there. Even just mentioning her name is a sort of taboo. So I was thinking it wouldn't be that odd if she felt she couldn't go back home because of that.
Surely not.
Seems as good a reason as any why she wouldn't want to come forward anyway.
If she really is related to the storm 5 years ago, she's a point of interest regardless of her connection to the skeletal remains. Perhaps it's worth looking into that first.
Can I leave talking to Miss Somikawa to you two then?
We'll handle that, yes.
Oh, whatever. Let's hear what Detective Ida has to say. What else is there to say? Oh. Wondering about my suit, are you? It's just a cheapo thing. Sorry I don't have anything more presentable. And that takes care of that. Anything else we should be wary about?
And what have we here?
Oh, this? It's a poster advertising Kamishima. Something about it catch your eye?
No, I was just thinking. Surely it would be better to put it somewhere tourists will actually see it.
Good point. Maybe they had some posters left over. Man, this looks so similar to where I used to live. It's crazy. Oh my god.
Like, almost exactly. Like, that is crazy.
Yeah, so for the uninitiated, I used to live in Japan for 2 years. Came back last August, so like 6 months ago. Yeah, 6 months ago.
Wait. That's it! I remember now! The sole survivor of Taishima. His surname was Somikawa! There was something else about Somikawa. A wooden box? Surely, but that'd be too much of a coincidence.
Well, that's about all I had to report.
Thank you, Detective. That was very informative. As for our next move, could we ask you to keep looking into our Kipe Ikoma for us?
Roger that.
We'll see if we can find Somikawa again and hear what she has to say. Unfortunately, it looks like our trip to Kamishima will have to wait until tomorrow.
So it seems. Oh, you have business in Kamishima too?
That was actually our original reason for coming here, yes. But now we've gotten caught up in all this other troublesome business, so it looks like dealing with that will have to come first. And here I was hoping to get this over with as soon as possible so I could get back home to my husband.
Okay, we get it, lady. You're happily married. I see. You are devoted to your husband.
Oh, very much! Though I do worry as he never eats properly when I'm not around. In any case, please do get in touch if you find anything else of note. Even if it's just something out of the ordinary happening, anything could be of help.
Sure, will do. You're kind of making me worried something might actually happen now.
I'd certainly prefer it if it didn't. Anyway, we're counting on you, Detective.
Where are we now?
Bad news, ma'am. It seems we're a step too late. What do you mean? It seems someone came and took that Somikawa woman out to sea just a few minutes ago. What? According to the witness, A foreign man came to the port with Miss Somakawa in tow. They then boarded a motorboat that was moored there and headed out onto the bay. It didn't happen to be by force, so we can probably assume they knew each other. A foreign man. Not sure what's going on, but we should probably get a boat and follow just in case. Yes, let's see if... Ugh! Soto, what's wrong? This spiritual force is overwhelming. My body won't move. What's going on? Oh shit! That girl over there, is she doing this? Why is she casting a hex on us? Who's this Baka Gaijin? You can withstand this curse? You really are quite strong, mister. Sorry, but I can't let you go any further. I'll have to ask you to leave. Yeah, that's right. I'm giving her a Valley Girl accent. What are you going to do about that? Boy, what the fuck? Voitheticos Pneuma, Guardian Spirit, grant me the wisdom of the Numinous. Oh, high Guiding Spirit, light my path ahead. It seems like they've saved us the effort of searching for them. Oh shit, bro is locked in. Okay. This is epic. So it seems. Let's see if this girl can tell us what we want to know. Oh boy, party time. Oh shit! What the fuck? Who are you? I could ask the same of you. What do you want with Miss Somakawa? So you know who Miss Somakawa is, do you? Maybe. What's it up to you? What's it to you? Ma'am, this girl's spirit sense is extremely potent, but she lacks experience. She seems hesitant to employ curses against people. If I have an opening, I can use my curse of binding to restrain her. Usually it's too risky to use on ordinary people, but that shouldn't apply here. Alright, I certainly wouldn't mind getting some information out of her, so this is as good an opportunity as any. I'll see if I can get her to lower her guard. If she wavers, I'll signal for you to use the curse of binding. Sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. On your signal. Use Soto Kiryo's curse of binding to restrain your opponents when they let their guard down. Press the use curse button to signal them to use it. You only have 3 chances. Wait, what the fuck was going on here? Okay. Okay. Lock in. We are Soto right now. Oh, okay. Can we assume the foreign man who took Miss Somakawa is a friend of yours then? So what if he is? Why are you trying to follow them? Now, there's no need to be so uptight. How about we stop all this and just talk a bit? Not happening. You're just going to use a curse the moment I drop my focus. You certainly have remarkable strength for your age. Why, it might even be too much for us. What's with the sudden praise? You're creeping me out. Ugh! It's no good. She's too wary of us. It seems I'll have to press her further before she'll give us an opening. We'd rather not be heavy-handed about this either. Let's calm down and find some other way to resolve this, Sorry, but that won't work on me. I'm at a rebellious age, you see. Oh, okay, wait, 2 choices. Okay, compliment? Do we compliment or do we question? Rebellious. Make her open up. What do you want with Miss Somakawa? I can say the same to you. You just want the relic for yourselves, don't you? What? You know about the relic? Oh wait, what the fuck? Threaten. Oh yeah, we haven't tried this option. Yeah, might as well. If you resist anymore, we'll have you taken in for obstruction of public duties. Wait, you with the police? That's our chance. That didn't work either? She really isn't letting her guard down. Sorry, Soto. So this is our last chance. Oh shit, okay. If you know about the relic, I'm afraid we can't let you get away. Get away? I'm the one holding you here. Driving us? Oh wait. I see. It must be from Paranormal Affairs. Shit, do we use it now? No. There's no sign that her guard is down. Then I definitely... Okay, good. I feel like we would have fucked up if we used our curse there. Then I definitely can't do what you say. What?! You have quite some nerve standing up to us despite knowing where we're from. Don't think you get off lightly for this. Threatening me won't get you anywhere. You can't arrest me unless it's an emergency, right? Oh. Okay, now we're talking. You're also with Paranormal Affairs then? Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. I suppose there's the trouble with secret departments. Not even their own members recognize each other. What a bother. Even knowing we're from Paranormal Affairs, you kept a straight face and hid your ties. I can tell you're bold and smart. Thanks, I guess. Will you give up now? Oh my god. What a tough shell to crack. Wait, what's the saying? What a tough nut to crack? What a tough shell? Whatever. You get what I mean. So we're both in Paranormal Affairs, are we? Let's talk. Perhaps there's some way we can help. I told you, I don't know what you're talking about. It's none of your business anyway. So you're with Paranormal Affairs. But you need the relic yourself, so you're unwilling to cooperate with us. Am I correct? If that's what you think, can you give up already? Alright, I understand where you're coming from. We won't interfere anymore. Soto, you can stop now. Ma'am? Really? Thanks. Bitch! Get fucked! Stupid bitch! Ah! You grown up in your dirty tricks! You did well to be cautious of us, but I'm afraid this is how grown-ups get things done. Now, will you tell us what you're up to here? Well, I suppose I've slowed you down enough. You never catch up to the boat now. Placus Asteri, guide my path, and will thy merciful hand uphold me. What? She broke the binding. Bye-bye. Aw, darn. Confound it! Stop right there! Looks like she's given us the slip. I doubt we'll be able to catch her now. Still, I'm going to have a word with Paranormal Affairs about that girl.
Damn.
I put in a call to Paranormal Affairs about our errant young lady just now. I see. I assume she's indeed affiliated with him. Yes, it seems her name is Cersei Lunarlight. The fuck kind of Luna Lovegood ass name is that? She's an exorcist from England who's... Oh, she's British, no wonder. Who's come here on exchange. Part of her spiritual training, as I understand. Okay, no more Valley Girl accent then. We'll just give her Hermione as voice. I don't care. The Lunarlight family. I see. Oh? Are they well known? I've heard of them, yes. They're a distinguished family of exorcists. Quite an old one, too. It would certainly explain the strength of her spirit sense. Right. In any case, it seems she's in the care of paranormal affairs while she's in Japan. Honestly, I do wish they'd tell us these things in advance. What is she doing here in Mia Prefecture? Well, it seems even Paranormal Affairs isn't sure what she's up to. They've been looking for her. From the sounds of things, she's been skipping her training assignments to travel around Japan visiting all sorts of spiritual spots instead. Oh wow, a gaijin stirring up trouble in another country? Wow, in Japan? Well, who would have guessed? It doesn't seem like they're keeping an eye on her at all. Unfortunately not. They asked me to tell her to return to Tokyo at once when we next see her. Yeah, like she's gonna do that. I see. More work for us then. Yes, the things we find ourselves caught up in. She seemed to know about Somikawa too. I've got a bad feeling about all this. Shall we try looking for her? I imagine she's still in the area. No, not now. If all that is true, I doubt she'd be looking to cause too much trouble. Besides, I'm sure we'll run into each other again eventually. Well, I think that's enough trouble for one day. Let's call it a day. We'll head for Kawashima first thing tomorrow. Understood.
Well, yeah, that happened. Oh, what a ride.
And now all we've got left is these plots, which we'll get to next time. Today's kind of a... We'll spend more time on this tomorrow. Today's kind of a slow day, and it was exhausting. I had to run a lot of errands, so I don't really feel like voicing. And also a lot of live things happening. My cortisol levels are too high right now. Granted, they went down when doing this. We gotta do something else for now. So we'll continue this tomorrow. Also, I just want to say, like, I had this problem with like mouth noises and lisps and all that. And the advice was to eat an apple. I tried that. It did not work. What the fuck? Maybe it works for some people. It certainly did not work for me. So just keep that in mind for future reference. If you have like weird mouth issues, dry mouth issues or whatnot, just know that, yeah, it might not work for you. Aside from that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I can't wait to continue this story. It's very interesting, and yeah, I'm going to move on to other things now, but without a doubt, more Paranormasight coming at you tomorrow. Take care, peace.